Well, first of all, tell us what people can expect from tonight's concert. It's got this intrigue and modernity title, and it's part of a current season for sinfonia ViVA. So how does it fit in with the grand scheme of things?
Well, first of all, when we make a program, we always look for a main piece first. So the main symphony we will do in the second half of the program, and this time it's interesting because I haven't done a Brahms piece with this orchestra before, because the big symphonies, they're written for large symphony orchestras, and we are mainly a chamber orchestra. But Brahms has actually written 2 serenades for slightly smaller orchestra before he ever got to writing symphonies. But most people only get to know his symphonies, and these serenades are slightly less known, and they're real discoveries, a real gem of a piece, this D major serenade. So we decided to, in the first half, have a concerto by Robert Schumann, which is one of my favorite composers, and of course he was a friend of Brahms and very influential for Brahms' development. And the violin concerto is really quite a special piece. Again, maybe you could say a gem of a discovery, because not a lot of solo violinists perform this piece. They prefer to perform, again, the Brahms violin concerto or Tchaikovsky, and the Schumann has a slightly awkward status, it seems, and I don't really understand why. I think it's one of the most romantic concertos ever written. So that's on the program tonight as well. And then we have a world premiere tonight, which is of course especially exciting, with a short piece by Larry Goves called Oveture. And this is part of a series we have started last season, which is about commissioning so-called orchestral shorts. So we identified a wide range of composers from different backgrounds. We had a jazz pianist, Yuri Kane, write one piece for us. We had a Philip Glass prodigy, Nico Muhly, write a piece for us.
So is the concerto the inspiration behind Larry's piece? Are the two completely unconnected? Did Larry's piece get commissioned before you decided on the concerto?
No, when we commissioned the piece, we didn't know in which program it would go, because one of the nice things about these orchestral shorts is you can program them in any context. They work very well as a concert opener, or as an encore, and you can do 2 pieces in one program, or a series of pieces. The piece is built around a line, as he calls it. You could also say a tune or a melody, and it gets sort of accompanied in different ways, which is sort of a romantic concept.
How do you go about finding new composers and people like Larry and people from different disciplines and genres of music to commission pieces from?
They had a very lively contemporary music scene and department at the music college, and that's where I met him first. He was like 20 when he was there, and he was already touted as one of the most talented composers around. He was still a baby, basically, and I got into his music and I got to really like it, and then basically we became friends.
It's going to be an exciting time for sinfonia ViVA to play in a piece like this as well, though.
Yes, although we're quite getting used to this sort of exposure and doing basically a world premiere in each program. I have made a pledge that in 99% of the cases we will have the composer of a modern piece actually in the audience, talking to the audience.